Hello everyone and welcome to Terra Invicta. This is a game I'm really excited to try out. This is by the people who did XCOM Long War, that really good, really in-depth mod for XCOM, which really made the game, well as the name implies, a lot longer, but also added a huge amount of depth in terms of the customization of your characters, the way you've got to plan in a really sort of strategic way. And this game seems to be very much along the same concept as XCOM in terms of there is an alien invasion. But again, they've put such a big Long War styled spin on it that there is now a huge amount of depth. The tech tree looks amazing, and the ways you can deal with the alien invasion are really varied. Depending on your faction, you may be XCOM style fighting off the alien invaders, wiping them out, or you may be trying to ally with them, or you may just be trying to get the most money and profit out of the invasion. Now, what it does seem to lack is the XCOM style turn-based combat gameplay. Instead, the focus is really on that strategic layer. So what I'm getting the vibe of so far is really the comparison of XCOM to this is like medieval Total War to Crusader Kings. It's lacking that battle mode, but it makes up for it with a huge amount more depth. Now, this is early access. It's just released into early access, but it seems to be a really complete early access. Mostly they're talking about a few months, mostly to balance and tweak some things. So all of the core features seem to be there. It's really just balancing at this point. So I'm really excited to see how this goes. And let's just jump in with a new game. Okay, and this is my very first game, so I am absolutely going to play with the tutorial, and it's just pointing out that I need to be part of the Resistance faction here. Okay, so I'm leaving the settings as default. There is no other scenario right now. I'm guessing that's coming later. Playing on the full solar system, we've got 8 factions. We can trim that down if we want to. And just quickly before we kick off, just running through the factions, they each have their own goals as to what they're trying to do. So the default one, Resistance, we are resisting the alien invasion here. We're trying to preserve humanity. Just off the bat of it, that seems like XCOM 2 style, sort of underground resistance-y. Humanity First is eradicate all the aliens, so more XCOM 1 style, upfront, just going to war with them, military against military. The Initiative, they want to exploit the alien arrival, so try and make a profit out of everything, try to rise to power, not necessarily fighting or helping the aliens, just after their own interest. The Servants, they just want to go along with whatever the aliens want to do. They want to support the aliens. The Protectorate, on the other hand, they want to protect humanity by appeasing the aliens and not necessarily doing it, not necessarily sort of bowing down and submitting to the aliens, but trying to make them like us so there's no war. The Academy seems like a really interesting one. They want to convince the aliens that they are equals. They're looking to get a scientific edge so that we can be on par with the aliens. And Project Exodus is a group of people just trying to GTFO. Aliens are taking this world, fine, we'll go find another one. Anyway, as I said, we're going to do the Resistance. I'm going to leave it on normal difficulty and tutorial enabled, so let's jump in.
The sun rose on an unfamiliar universe. Some of us saw wondrous possibility, and others existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon. Most of us didn't really believe them until it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty. In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Everyone loves heroes, depends on them, to save us from evil, lead us through darkness. Problem is, real heroes are always ignored. What no one understands is that being shot at is easy. The hard part is convincing someone they're drowning before it's too damn late.
Okay, so here we are, and yes, a UFO has crashed. It's crashed in China, and something has escaped into the countryside.
Greetings, Commander. I am pleased to report the Council has appointed you leader of our organization. I am Fiona Ayawade, your Chief of Staff. While most of the world is reacting with fascination at the arrival of an alien species on Earth, we represent a small group who believes the aliens' crash landing and disappearance may signify a potential threat. We intend to build an international organization capable of investigating and, if necessary, combating any danger aliens may pose.
I gotta say, just off the bat there, I do like that they've got a British accented person who is not upper class Queen's English British. Makes for a nice change. Okay, so it just ran through a bit of a quick tutorial there. All seems fairly straightforward. All seems fairly obvious what's going on, but very, very in-depth in terms of what you can do here. This is the world. That's interesting. This is actually set right now, present day, so there is a conflict in the Ukraine right now. Anyway, focusing on the things about this game, this is where the alien ship has landed. So, out in the middle of the West China desert. I'm blanking on the name of this right now. This is the Urumqi sector. I am probably butchering that. I am really, really bad at Chinese pronunciation. Yeah, the level of detail on this is just kind of crazy. So, started off fairly straightforward. Got various control points representing different parts of the country's administration that we can take control of. So, grab the defense sector, influence bureaucracy, national industries, all the way up to executive control. But then each nation has its government strength, its unrest strength, GDP, its military tech, number of nuclear barrages, naval tech, it's got armies, all sorts of different factors based on what it can give you if you take control, how educated its people are, how cohesive they are, levels of inequality, and you can adjust that with all sorts of different priorities if you get control of a nation, and the public opinion of different groups. This is just incredibly detailed. Definitely quite an interesting take that you really never got in XCOM, which pretty much had, as soon as the aliens arrive, everyone joins together unless they get too annoyed at you and jump out. Here you've really got a very divided people. You are just a faction, and so you can see you've got some countries will be easy to influence but really not very valuable. On the other hand, you've got things like America, which of course huge GDP, all sorts of tech things, but then it's set up to be a bit of a problem. It is really, really very polarized, for instance. And just before I kick things off and start actually playing, just note the other big step away from XCOM is we are not just fighting over Earth. This has a huge amount of space that we can look at. So we've got other planets, other moons, various large asteroids. We can move forward and start exploring and exploiting space. And there's a whole thing to do with designing ships and what they call realistic space combat. So, very, very interesting. Nice, your individual councillors are the people that you send around to do stuff. They've got a whole load of stats on their own. So Douglas Doolan here, who incidentally is fully customizable, can change his name, his appearance, all sorts of bits and bobs. He is good at persuasion and relatively okay at espionage. He is awful at science. Okay, we've got different types of councillors who can do different missions. So on top of all of their stats, they've also got a list of missions that they can do, so different councillors, not only are they good at different things, they can just have different basic abilities. Okay, so I don't know how good a play this is. I think I'm going to start investing in Europe. China seems really hard to break into. I could go for some surrounding countries. Problem is, not a lot of people support the resistance right now. It makes sense, the aliens just arrived. No one knows that something bad's going to happen, so not a lot of people are on our side. But Ireland here, pretty good GDP. Got some fair stats, is a member of the European Union. I think this might be a good foot up into this. I can spend influence here, which I'm getting a little bit of each turn, to boost the percentage chance of this. I think I'm going to spend a tiny bit of influence just to make it a 90% chance. I'll take that. So I need to assign them. So Douglas, I need to assign his mission. I want him to investigate this alien activity here. Alright, that's going to cost 5 ups. Okay, there we go, and he's got 100% chance to do that mission. Took a little bit of fiddling there, but worked it out in the end. Okay, I've not managed to get her mission confirmed. Okay, so the thing I was missing, you click on this button,
Establishing our
controls their nation. There we go, she's going to take a plane over to Ireland, try and bring that on board. Meanwhile, Doug is going to go poking China. And this is the tech tree. Starts off pretty simple, just a few things that we can do. But really goes on. Okay, well, I'm going to split my research, doing faction research into ways of influencing the public, and then I'm contributing my global research towards We Are Not Alone, so trying to understand what the aliens are about seems on brand with my lot. Okay, so this is just ways that we can get bonus resources. So yeah, audience research gives me more influence. I think that's actually going to be really handy early on. I want to see if I can grab control of some key countries. So I believe that's all I've got for now, so I just advance time. Okay, we've got different speed controls, so this is sort of real time with pausing by the look of it. Every 2 weeks there's a mission phase. So right now, very, very early, just randomly throughout this, or randomly, I'm sure they've got some set time. Throughout this we should see if our 2 missions are successful. So let's go advance time a bit more. Okay, so the UN Security Council has just met, and yep, as opposed to XCOM style, everyone joining together, the major nations have all just started pointing fingers at each other, saying that they're hiding research from one another. We've got an option of, do we remain in the shadows, or do we quietly steer support, giving us some public resistance, or do we release our manifesto? I'm going to go for the middle option, quietly steering some support for us, gain some free influence, gain a small public opinion boost all around the world.
They are not life forms or xenosapiens. They are demons incarnate. They and the traitors who support them will face our judgment.
Okay, well, Humanity First has unveiled itself. They want to wipe out the evil demons. Probably going to get on quite well, these guys. They just seem to be a more extreme version of me.
Our only hope is to understand what the aliens want with us and determine how to satisfy them without losing our independence.
Yeah, and the Protectorate, the ones who just want to appease the aliens, they've come out and unveiled themselves. So we really don't know much about the Protectorate, but we do know a load about Humanity First. Okay, so we got a small bonus to Xenology following our investigation of the alien crash site.
Cleaning things up.
Okay, got some extra influence and science, bribed a few people to get in. Okay, and some other faction has sent someone to investigate the crash site. Don't know who they are, but that's not really a surprise. Very interesting. We now have the alien signatures tech available thanks to our investigation. That will allow us to detect alien abductions, which I think is very good. We're going to be trying to get people on our side to resist the aliens. We are going to need to show people these aliens are not up to good. Nice, we've managed to take control of, or get a seat in Ireland. Yes, we can recruit new people for the council. Just checking. have no good scientists, no good command. But I am very strong on persuade, so I don't think I need another persuade person, or really an admin person. I've got a diplomat and a politician. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a hacker, because I want to focus on Europe, since that's kind of where we're starting. I'm going to pick up a German one. I don't know if their nationality really matters. Got a nice selection of missions, really good on espionage, hopefully, and a little bit of science, so hopefully it'll help me with all of that. Get me some monthly research, pretty good. Okay, and I think I'm going to pick up a rebel for my other one, in case we need to do some more direct violence. They cannot do anything in their home nation, so I'm going to pick this guy up, because his home nation is Laos instead of China. And considering the aliens have just landed in China and might be doing a lot there, this rebel can't go to China. There we go. I need to do clandestine cells or covert operations to increase my number, so we've got quite a few here. Okay, and I have some sway over priorities of island now. I'm going to put this on resist as the default one. Seems to boost quite a few different things. Good. All nations are gaining a cohesion because they've realised that we have something in common, that we're not the aliens. Ew, this one's tricky. Selecting a management team is giving us options of what bonus we want to take. So lobbyists and influencers will give us more influence by 3. That increases that a fair amount. Scientists and engineers would give us 15 science. We're currently gaining 1.8, so that's a massive boost. Officers and operators increase ops by 3. We're currently not gaining anything there, so that's an infinite boost. And finances and investors would give us 10 income. We're only gaining half an income point. So I think I'm not going for lobbyists. We've already got some influence coming in, so I'm not too fussed about that. I think I'm going to go for scientists and engineers. If we're going to fight the aliens, I think we're going to need science early on, so let's push that. Okay, that was daily influence, so it's not as big a jump as I thought, but still getting something there. Okay, so the Academy's already taken control of Britain, or trying to. Okay, so I'm going to work on France. Actually, I'm going to go for Germany. Let's push Germany to see if we can get that up. So I'm going to spend 40 money trying to get public opinion in Germany with Dakin. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to get some sway in the European Union with some countries that do like us a bit more. So I'm going to go for Slovakia. See, the Baltic states is pretty much the same percentage-wise, but has a much higher GDP, still gives me a little bit of the EU's access to space, so I'm going to send him on that. Not going to give him any extra backing, going to take the role there. We're going to get my hacker to investigate the councillor that we detected.
Surveilling target.
Get my rebel guy to surveil Britain, see if I can find what these guys are up to.
Setting a watch.
It has always been true that we must leave the cradle if our species is to survive. If these aliens are indeed hostile, the time to go is now.
Yeah, fair enough. Project Exodus has unveiled itself. Okay, the Investigate Councillor failed. Unfortunately, the public campaign also failed. That's unfortunate. Oh, all of the missions failed. That's a bad set of rolls, but anyway. Yeah, I'm going to buy some of these organisations, which are all buffs that you can give to your councillors. I'm going to get the Laguana Foundation. Gives us some science, some influence, some money, boosts the guy's persuasion, and gives me some. I don't know what those points are. Okay, apparently I don't have enough resources. I need 500. Oh, I need 500 money. I've got 169 money. I see. Yeah, so I can't afford the vast majority of these. What I could do is get Duncan Do here, the something intelligence group, get us some money coming in. I'm going to spend another 20, take another roll at gaining control in Germany. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can grab control of Ireland completely. Alright, I'm going to give this guy another shot at investigating Councillor.
Investigating target.
Okay, my guy, the hacker, has completely failed his mission and has been detected by the enemy. Did get the publicity campaign in Germany, that's good, so boosted by 10%, it's pretty nice. And I now have executive control in Ireland. Okay, I really can't afford to keep pumping money into Germany. I'll do my best. I'm going to roll the dice again.
We believe we can join them as brothers and sisters if we only convince them we are worthy.
Okay, so the Academy, the sciencey people, are unveiling themselves. Okay, finally managed to identify that random guy. Been tracking since the beginning of the game. He is from Operation Exodus. Nice. 22% in Germany now. Nice, and we've done the research project so we can now detect alien abductions. Okay, so I got a mission to surveil around crash sites. Hopefully detect what the aliens are up to. Okay, and research is suggesting they have some kind of base in our solar system because material found in the crash site looks like it has been built in orbit of our sun. Okay, another mission to see if we can grab some alien technology. Okay, so we're just back on the repeatable project, so I'm going to continue audience. So we're going to put a little more effort, so it's 2 to 3, putting more into We Are Not Alone. Nice, grab the control point in the Baltic states. Okay, got Information Science Lab project we can start researching, but it's a long way off, so I might finish this one first. So Rachi here, he is going to go and surveil the location around the alien crash site, see if we can detect the aliens getting up to naughtiness there. I'm going to do another round of trying to increase publicity in Germany.
Where to?
Okay, so we have found alien life, alien microbes near the crash site. That gives us access to the Alien Flora project. You got info on another councillor. This one is working for the Protectorate. Publicity campaigns 1, we've now got 31%. Really getting there in Germany. Good dear, an alien fleet was detected. We have a new fleet heading towards Earth. That is not good. We now have executive control over the Baltic. Yeah, I'm going to put an advisory team on economic so that boosts our economic priority, which we've got on a couple of different... we've got on the 2 places we control. Yeah, I'm going to chuck 16 influence points in to try and grab control of a bit of Germany. I'm going to do that with both my councils, so 32 altogether gives me decent roll odds at grabbing control of a fair chunk of Germany. Yeah, and I'm going to see what happens if I initiate a diplomatic exchange. Okay, and my guy here can have a go at attacking this alien asset. 81% chance of success without spending anything, so let's give that a go. Okay, so we can trade with one another. So we've got an excess of something we can trade it in. Don't think we really need to, so I'll just leave that. Nice, so we've completed the Skywatch campaign, science mission. So yeah, and mission to space as well. Both were completed by the Academy, unsurprisingly, so they get to choose the next research. They've gone for advanced electromagnetism and outpost habs. They're really leading the research everywhere, unsurprisingly. Nice critical success on the attacking the alien plant. Okay, first take control mission failed, but the second one worked. Okay, I can buy Jolt Games as an organization, gives extra command. Why not? I don't think my hacker is really contributing that well, so I'm going to fire him. Really want to grow our base a lot better here. Yeah, one thing I would like, it gives you monthly incomes here and on all of the things, but up here it's daily incomes, which is just a bit of a weird discrepancy there. So we don't have enough influence for quite a lot of the higher end people, but there's an activist here who looks quite interesting. Can inspire other councillors to get them even more on our side. Publicity campaign, control nation. And with interesting stats here, so in less educated places, and I think that's unstable places or divided places, this activist is going to have really insane persuasion stats. So I think she might be really good at building up some of our influence in certain nations. And I think the perfect place for her to start, I was going to say India, but apparently not. Oh, because the target population is massive, that's why. Okay, so I think I need to level her up a bit beforehand. Poland's got pretty good odds, and so does France. Yeah, kick things off in Poland for now.
Ready to go.
So just spreading out here, gaining some random... Yeah, just trying to gain some support in a few little countries that are easy. Yeah, I'm having to do a lot of publicity campaigns here. I'm going to continue to surveil. Ooh, critical success in Poland. 18% bonus there. Germany failed, and our councillor there was spotted. I've got a little bit of control over Slovakia though. Oh, and the alien fleet has just entered orbit of Earth. That can't be a good thing. So far they're just sitting up there, but we'll have to see.
The dreamer in me wants to believe it would bring a golden age of advancement and prosperity for all mankind. But I'm a realist. I know better. Any race advanced enough to find us would be advanced enough to end us, likely without even regarding us. Commander Fiona Ayawade, NATO Symposium on First Contact.
I do have some nice little voice-acted blurbs each time a research is completed, which I really quite like. So yeah, we now have the We Are Not Alone research. Put a little bit more effort into just my own research for now. I guess I'll contribute a little bit to these other ones, but putting most of my research into my own tech for now. Another spaceship has crashed, this time on the east coast of China. Okay, Richie is going to investigate that alien activity.
Ready for orders. We'll be running this place.
Let's see if I can grab some
Standing
control
by
of
for orders.
Poland. I'll continue
make
the
our appeal.
publicity campaign there.
They are here to cleanse our sick world. The aliens are our saviors, and all who oppose them are enemies of the future.
Okay, the servants have unveiled themselves. I think I'm very much not going to get on with those guys. Had a really bad roll on the public relations one, never mind. Okay, so got a small bonus to xenology from researching that alien landing.
Over.
Now have executive power in Slovakia. And we grab a point in Poland. Okay, so I'm going to surveil the new location. Continue to grab control of Poland. And let's start on Greece.
Control.
Okay, so now we do have clandestine cells. I'm going to finish this research first, but then definitely going to get that for the extra councillor slot. Nice critical success in Poland. Big boost of popularity there. Grab control of a place in Greece and another in Poland. They're definitely spreading across the EU. Yeah, and because Germany is a really important site, I am going to defend my interests there. Oh, but I did detect some Xena activity as well, so I'm going to try and take that out. I'm going to try boosting our popularity in... Actually, France looks pretty good. Nice, we've got the audience research project complete, so that gives us a little bit bonus influence. Quite handy. Definitely want to grab clandestine cells next. Another agent would be really useful. Another critical success on the public campaign. France is now getting really behind us. And wiped out the alien flora and fauna. And we now have complete control of Poland. Well, I could quite happily just keep on doing this all day, but I think you all get the point. So, same kind of theme as XCOM, but a completely different approach to the game, where you're really just working on very small scale, at least at first, trying to influence nations, build up control, drive your ideology forward in a world that really isn't united in any way. And as I said, there is loads to go. We've got this huge tech tree here that we're only just starting to scratch the surface of. It goes all the way through to colonizing planets, building space forces. All sounds very cool. To do a lot to slowly expand your influence over the world. You design and build ships, which we need to get onto, design and build habitats, all while trying to work out what these aliens are actually here for, where they come from, and what we can do about it. So yeah, I'd say that's a really fun game. I would love to keep doing this. If you would like to see more of this game, please do just let me know, either down in the comments or give this video a like. Also, if you do want to see this as a series and you'd like to be named, do just let me know. All of these characters are very customizable, and so we can definitely do XCOM style, have these named after viewers. And yeah, as for an early access game, this seems pretty much done to me. I'm sure they'll polish it, get some balancing tweaks in there. A couple of menu items seem to be a little bit in need of some user experience passes. Little things like here we're getting stats as daily ticks, in other menus you're getting stats as monthly ticks. It's just a little inconsistent. Anyway, I hope I catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers!